Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is having a pretty good Thursday so far. And in today's video, I want to talk about how Black American women, so many Black American women, are both bitter and emotionally damaged single mamas. When that being said, I'm going to cut straight to the chase, everybody, and show you some clips justifying why they are, once again, bitter and emotionally damaged single mamas.
When I tell y'all, I really hate being a baby mama. Like, oh my God, why did I sign up for this ghetto ass shit? Why did I do this? 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 I don't want to do it no more. 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 I don't want to do this shit no more.
And in my humble opinion, these are the types of women who always settle for quote unquote bad boys, guys such as, or who may fit the descriptions of either a Ray Ray, a Pookie, a Nuk Nuk. They usually spread their legs open for these types of guys, reproduce with these types of guys. Then it usually may become bitter towards so many other people. Usually may have a quote unquote chip on their shoulder. Usually become so frustrated after these types of guys who they usually spread their legs open with and usually reproduce with, usually bail out on them, so to speak. That's when women of this nature usually become bitter and emotionally damaged due to, in my humble opinion, it's due to the simple fact of how they bring it upon themselves, their problems of how so many of them usually have kids by these certain types of guys, reproduce and have kids by these certain types of guys, just because this guy may have some swag, or just because in most cases they may also look at these certain types of guys as adventurous as well, or unpredictable. To be honest, this is one of the main reasons why so many Black American women are not only some of the most unmarried women throughout the nation, throughout the whole entire U.S., but why so many kids, Black American kids, day by day, throughout every minute, every second, and every hour, are growing up in fatherless homes as well, due to the types of choices their mothers make and the types of men they decide to have as fathers. Anyhow.
No, I am not giving you a safe place to talk about how you don't want to be a mother and how that's the biggest regret that you've ever had in your life. Unpopular opinion, but I don't believe everything deserves a safe place. I don't know. Eat me up in the comments. I really don't care. Because to get online, like, I can get you're having these conversations like person to person. Like, y'all don't do like on like your mom on the phone with your auntie being messy conversations no more. Like, y'all instantly bring shit to TikTok, and my heart goes out to those kids when they get older, because as much as y'all think y'all hide the way y'all actually feel, them kids feel how much you don't want to be a mother. I don't care what y'all say. That energy of regret that you have is definitely transferring to your kids. And guess how I know it is? Because y'all are making the videos with the baby in y'all hand. What the fuck? I will never make it a safe place online for you to come and talk about how much you hate motherhood, when, in my opinion, there's lots of ways to terminate and avoid. So all of this, I regret being a mother.
It's so hard being a single mom. Let me make another one. When I tell you I laughed so loud, because that is the truth. I literally knew a girl who had her first child. We both had our first child at the same time. Then shortly after she had her second child, and she would just be writing stuff on, social media about how she's struggling. She ain't got this, she ain't got that. It's so hard out here. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. The whole time she had a whole man. But she was like, I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. You know, we about to be displaced. Oh my gosh, I'm about to be homeless and all this stuff. So I started sending her resources and places that I heard that had different things, you know, for people that really need. And I remember she didn't look into not one of them. I sent her like something that had to do with housing for displaced mothers with their children. And she was like, oh, you know what? I looked into that, but I'm not going to be able to do it because, you know, my husband, or she was calling him her husband, but they wasn't married. She was like, my husband ain't going to be able to come. Meanwhile, you're talking about you're about to be homeless with your kids and you won't go to a shelter because he ain't going to be able to come. Then, shortly after, she has baby number 3. And now they're not together.
And might I also add this, what this sister just said on behalf of the feedback she just gave. This is also a perfect example, in case in point, ladies and gentlemen, of how so many Black American women are piss poor, pathetic, and the types of men they choose to have kids by. And they always pick some of the most bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, and bottom of the barrel, so to speak, men they could also find usually to reproduce with. Once again, due to how much swag, how unpredictable, and in most cases, how hood and hardcore those guys may be. Even if those guys can't even afford to, quote unquote, usually rub 2 nickels together, both literally speaking and figuratively speaking.
Oh my kid. Mom. I'm fucking getting
really shouldn't be moms. Like, having a kid is too fucking complicated. I'm responsible for this tiny human. I just want to be responsible for myself, and it's too late now. No support system, no family, no anything.
If you're watching this clip, you probably had 2 reactions, and more than 2, but the main ones, right? You probably had no sympathy for her. You're probably like, listen, she had 9 months. She had time to decide if she was going to have this baby or not, and now she's crying about it because, you know, being a parent is tough, and she acting like she didn't know, right? That's probably one of y'all's reactions. Other reactions could be empathy, right? Understanding where she's coming from. Don't even mean that you have to agree or feel like I felt that way before, but it's like I see how she could feel that way, right, as a mom. But whatever your reaction is, it doesn't change the fact that this is the reality for a lot of mothers, unfortunately. And it's not something that's talked about. And when it is talked about, you know, it's always black and white. There's never a gray area. There's never an in between. It's either she knew what she was doing or damn, I feel for her, right? But I think what people aren't taking into account is key things that she said. First of all, she said that she had BPD. If you don't know what that is, that's borderline personality disorder, okay? It's also just being emotionally unstable, meaning 1 minute she probably did think this was a great idea, right? But now knowing that she has unstable emotions where she has a higher prevalence of depression and anxiety, right? Now the baby is here, that's out the window, right? But we don't think about mothers who have mental health disabilities or mental health disorders undiagnosed. A lot of it is undiagnosed. And they're out here having children, and it is hard. It's hard, right? Another thing she said was she didn't know she would be doing it alone without any supports. Nobody thinks about that, okay? Nobody thinks about the fact that a lot of women are talked into having kids, okay? And when shit hits the fan, no one's there to help. She has no support. So it's like at the baby shower, she had all this support, everybody eating up the food, everybody buying stuff. But then once the baby's here, that's it. No one's thinking about those key things, right? Gray area. That's the gray area with what she's talking about. So
Also, after showing this here clip, just showing this clip of this here lady crying in an actual reel, not this lady that was narrating the reel, this last reel, but the lady that was crying due to her being a single mother. This is also a perfect example of how not only do Black American women used to become bitter and emotionally damaged baby mamas, you could also say, not just single mamas, but baby mamas, but they also become usually psychologically damaged as well. And I also wanted to add this. This is on behalf of my gentlemen. Now, have you ever wondered why sometimes, gentlemen, when you will approach certain females, they may not want to give you the time of day, even by just greeting them? And even on behalf of my guys who may still believe in physically approaching females while out in the open or while being out and about, have you ever wondered why you may start talking to a certain female who you may be attracted to in person just so you can be able to get to know her better and vice versa, only for her to reject you? Well, fellas, one of the main reasons why is due to how she may have had children by guys who meant her no good. Either a child or children, most cases by guys who may have not meant her any good and may have been done wrongfully by those types of guys. As soon as she would have gotten pregnant by those types of guys, only for her to just lose trust, both trust and hope in men due to her previous and bad experiences with men that she may have dealt with prior to you approaching her. This is just my 2 cents and my perspective on another reason why so many Black American women are both bitter and emotionally damaged single mamas.
Times in life, relationships don't work out. You might have a child with somebody who has moved on. Do yourself a favor and move on too. Stop wreaking havoc in somebody's life because he don't like you like that. Stop poisoning those children, giving them undue trauma because you refuse to accept the fact that he don't like you like that. You are mad at the wrong person. You telling them children when you go over there, don't you speak to Diane. Don't you look her in the face. Don't you respect her. Don't listen to her. She's not your mother. Simply because you refuse to get rid of your bitterness. You have the spirit of Panana. You are jealous and resentful. You got a man somewhere scared and trying, want to have a relationship with his children, but because of your bitterness, I want you to get free.
So let me stop sharing this here TikTok window. Anyways, you guys make sure you first and foremost like the video, like always. You also share it. You comment on it. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And until next time, you guys have a good one and be blessed.